U MLA kanong krem u Arden Embasaya moy ni hapo ka yung dorbar da wanra o yakapang yaklam day waong wa ile chiliang hapo ka MPSC wa demand ko ka walay loj we da cha palay ko hagibru wa hebor Dave inong muna ye mi kubor ini badep kam tam heyato wa ka exam MCS prelims. Umontri rang ba o Conrad sangma hawa penche ye ni da ongu waki khubor wa mi to ki wa klem da pentikna hadin wa kawi ka sany bahalang da yo ka ya kawi ka chithi na ki bru wa kam ki wa yaleh ya ka MCS hei wa da sai ka ye pertuj ka marak ka khon uskatri ka MPSC kam kawi na kin rungut ki wa percha ye penmi pajba ye ki marks ki wa yaleh ya ka prelims exam ka MCS. U Conrad da ongu wa kani ka khon uskatri ka MPSC tang ucha jied na mo qualify ko we mi roll number ko hawa penbana nang kong ya ka result we wat hadin wa khen devi ya ki marks le mi roll number ko we ini cha atan I pertuj ko dakta bahai ye long iman yongka heyato wa imi khubor wa ka da cha jied ko heyale kre LDA u Conrad da ongu wa hadin wa pendep ya ka exam da yo ko hey wa nyaw phon nyaw na ki chispa khan rungut ki wa yale ya ka exam LDA kam te da ongu wa kini ki khubor wa da penmi to ki wa klem da lai pentikna na ka MPSC I wa dakta bahaya pertuj we buram kani ka commission da ongu le wa ro I wa le ka MPSC na do wo pen kre ya ki question paper to I wa lai loj we dai wa muri we ne liang ka sarkar mye ko wo tuklar.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to express my gratitude to the honorable member Shri Arden Miller Basaimet MLA for having raised this calling attention notice regarding the news item which appeared in the Shillong Times on 4th of August 2024 under the caption, quote, nepotism in the MPSC, unquote. Mr. Speaker, sir, the news item in question is related to the Meghalaya Civil Service preliminary exam conducted by the Meghalaya Public Service Commission, which appeared in the Shillong Times dated 4th of August 2024. In the news item, it was alleged that the daughter of the MPSC secretary was among those objecting to the KSU's demand for marks disclosure. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me, for the benefit of the honorable members of this august House, present the facts and the circumstances and the response of the MPSC on the issue. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am to state that there is no nepotism and no favoritism in the Meghalaya Public Service Commission as alleged in the newspaper report. A, sir, the Meghalaya Civil Service preliminary results. So the results of the preliminary examination to the post of Meghalaya Civil Service, which was advertised in February 2022 and July 2023, was declared on 15th of December 2023, wherein a total of 580 number of candidates were declared to have qualified to appear for the main examination. One of the candidates who did not clear the preliminary examination requested for marks obtained and the cutoff marks on 19th of December 2023, to which the MPSC furnished to the candidate the marks obtained by the candidate and the cutoff marks obtained by the candidate. The candidate then requested for answer key for General Studies Paper 1, which was then provided by the MPSC. The same candidate then wrote to the MPSC again, stating that the official answer key for 3 questions were incorrect, and therefore he is entitled to claim 6 more marks as he had selected the correct options. Taking action on this matter, MPSC had then requested an expert to examine the matter, to which it was found that the contention of the candidate was correct, and that the 3 answer keys of the MPSC were indeed incorrect. The MPSC had then sent for re-evaluation of the OMR sheets for General Studies Paper 1. And in order to ensure fairness and do justice to the complainant, as the official answer key was wrong, decided to give opportunity to the candidate who had petitioned and others who had not filed petition. Hence, the MPSC, via notification dated 23rd of July 2024, came out with an additional list of 62 candidates who were declared to have qualified the preliminary examination. In this notification, the MPSC clearly clarified that since confining the fresh selection to the appellant alone would be unfair. I'll repeat, sir. Since confining the fresh selection to the appellant alone would be unfair, applying the doctrine of equality, all answer sheets were reassessed and the instant list of successful candidates securing the cutoff marks has been arrived at. So which simply means that though the answer key was applied or requested by one candidate, but when the MPSC found out that it was actually incorrect answer key and what the candidate had applied or had replied was in fact the correct, the benefit of that mistake was given to all the candidates, even those who did not complain about it, which is the doctrine of equality. In fact, to allay any allegations and to ensure full transparency, the MPSC released the press note on 26th of July 2024, wherein it stated that as outlined in the notification dated 23rd/7/2024, instead of offering relief to only the petitioner, the doctrine of equality was applied to all 13,451 candidates for reassessment of the 3 questions only, while keeping the remaining questions intact, out of which 62 fresh candidates secured the cutoff, in addition to the 580 candidates of the first list are declared to have qualified for the MCS main examination. After the release of the second list of MCS, a memorandum was submitted by one NGO, wherein apart from other issues, it was recommended that the marks of all the candidates be made public. Another letter signed by 6 persons stated that they did not want the disclosure of marks, where one of the signatories was one, quote, A. Marak, unquote. After this anonymous letter was sent to the NGO by a group of candidates who have declared the preliminary exam of the MCS examination, who had cleared the preliminary examination of the MCS examination, and whose roll numbers appeared in the first list of successful candidates of the preliminary examination, this letter mentioned that there is one candidate named A. Marak, who is the daughter of the Secretary of MPS, who is also the one who raised objection against the public disclosure, marks secured by all the candidates. This appeared in news items above, wherein the news report mentioned that 6 candidates, including the daughter of the MPSC secretary, objected to the public disclosure of marks. Sir, it may be clarified that the daughter of the secretary of the MPSC, her roll number does not appear either in the first list of 580 candidates or in the second list of 62 candidates declared later. Hence, the question of nepotism does not arise at all. And the letter and the newspaper reports are factually incorrect and should not have appeared without verifying the facts from the MPSC. So this is a very serious matter. And I must mention this on the floor of the House out here, that because of speculations like these by certain newspapers, it leads to a lot of confusion and unnecessarily creating this kind of confusion among the public, and also tarnishing the image of the MPSC. Whereas the entire call attention is based on nepotism. This line itself clarifies the fact that the individual concerned was not there in the first list, nor was there in the second list after the marks, the additional marks were given. So where is the question of nepotism? Where is the question of asking the answer sheets not to be given by that particular individual? So it is very unfortunate, I must say, that because of news articles, irresponsible news articles like these, the individual candidates have to go through a lot of psychological stress, and at the same time, the MPSC also, the image of the MPSC also is tarnished. As I said, this entire call attention has no base simply by this one line that mentions that the particular individual did not qualify at all, whether it was in the preliminary, in the initial list or in the second list. So to ensure the full transparency, the MPSC, via letter number MPSC/EXC/2021/-22/148, dated 9/8/2024, made public the marks of all the 13,451 candidates who appeared in the Meghalaya Civil Service preliminary exam, and also corrected answer keys. So there was also a news item later, also stated that the individual concerned had been selected in the LDA post conducted by the Commission, the results of which were declared in the month of July. So it may be informed that the daughter of the secretary indeed passed the LDA exam, and she ranked 77 out of 116 candidates. The mere fact that she qualified for the LDA exam that was declared on the 16th of July 2023 does not mean that there is nepotism. The question papers are set by a panel of experts, and the entire process of setting of papers and examination is a confidential process that is handled by the examination cell of MPSC and not the secretariat of the MPSC. In fact, sir, the fact that even in the answer key, if you looked at my reply, where I mentioned that 3 questions, the answer keys were incorrect. This again, sir, is unfortunate, I must say, but it is again showing proof that the MPSC and the Secretariat does not interfere. The process of the examination papers being set is completely independent and was done in an independent manner, and the Secretariat or no other system can ever check. And yes, there are mistakes made, and this mistake was made because of which this entire confusion started. But the fact that this happened, though unfortunate, is a reflection of the fact that the setting of the papers is a completely independent process. Sir, when the results were declared on the 16th of July 2023, there was no allegation of any irregularity and nepotism, sir. This issue arose only because of the MCS exam, which has been clarified above, sir. So hence, it would not be fair to link the two issues, and there is no rule barring the children of the staff of MPSC to appear any of the exams. Having said that, to avoid any involvement of those handling the examination process, the MPSC follows a process wherein a certificate stating that no relation is taking the exam is signed in advance so as to avoid any conflict of interest. Mr. Speaker, sir, the fact that the government has taken steps to implement various reforms in MPSC so as to make it more efficient and to speed up the recruitment process. The government in the personnel department, at personnel and AR department, has released an SOP for time-bound recruitment, standard operating procedures on steps required to be taken for intimation of vacancies, issue of advertisement, conducting examinations, declaration of the final results, and issues of orders of appointment. This SOP applies to MPSC, district selection committees, and departmental selection committees. The SOP provides for timely intimation of vacancies and states that all departments, HODs, and offices shall intimate the anticipated vacancies to the recruiting agencies' bodies 6 months before the date of superannuation of the employees concerned. Further, the advertisement of vacancies now have to be done on time. The SOP states that the recruitment agencies shall notify the advertisement forthwith or within period of 1 month in local papers and also online. Further, the SOP to provide for doing away with scrutiny and provides that in order to expedite the conduct of the examination process, the recruitment agencies shall allow all applicants to appear in the examination and that the scrutinization of relevant documents shall be taken up only after the candidates have cleared the screening test written exams. This is to prevent unnecessary delay in the exam process, as in some cases, scrutiny of applications used to take as much as 6 months or a year due to vast number of applicants. Further, the most important reform initiated as per the SOP is the time-bound conduct of exams. From now on, all recruiting agencies, that is MPSC, DSC, or the Department Selection Committee, shall declare the results of exams within a period of 6 months from the date of issue of advertisement. This SOP has to be regularly monitored by all administrative secretaries and HODs, including heads of district, subdivisional level offices, who shall submit a quarterly report to the Personnel and AR Department. So this is very important, sir, because we have realized that the overall recruitment process has been delayed for numerous reasons. And as I mentioned a few points, in the last 6 years, few of the very important reforms, like I mentioned here, the SOPs that we have come up with. So you'll be surprised to know that many departments, they take a lot of time to inform about the vacancies that are there. And because of these vacancies that are not informed to us, many promotions, many recruitments are actually left pending because of the entire process not being informed to us. And hence, what this SOP does is it makes it mandatory now for every department to inform us 6 months before anybody is about to superannuate, so that the necessary procedures can be done in a time-bound manner, so that the promotions are on time, the recruitments are on time, and the vacancies are not there in the future. Sir, I'm very sure that once this particular process is followed in a proper manner, we will find the recruitment process being very smooth. We will not find any delay in promotion issues. We will not find any delay in the vacancies. Today, there are a large number of vacancies that are there, which are pending for many years, sir. And it is after this step that has been taken, all this information now is coming to us, sir. And I'm happy to inform the House that strict instructions have been given to all the recruiting agencies that in a time-bound manner, the recruitment of all these different vacancies must be completed. So you'll be happy to know that the Police Recruitment Board has already started the process of recruiting 3,000 police personnel. Similarly, in the Home Guards Department, the process has started. Similarly, in the Education Department, the process has started. Similarly, in the Medical Department, the process has started. Similarly, in the District Selection Committees at the district level, the process has started. So things are now on the right track, and I'm pretty sure that in the coming months and hopefully within the next 12 months, we should be able to see a complete streamlining and majority of the issues in this particular case of recruitment and promotions should be resolved, sir. At the same time, sir, what is very important that we have also done is that we realize that MPSC, which is a very efficient body, is also overburdened, sir. And therefore, we have started by creating different recruitment, department recruitment selection committees and boards. For example, in the education, we have introduced a new recruitment board. We've introduced it in medical and in police. So these three, which are the major recruitment agencies or departments, recruiting departments, now they can conduct their entire recruitment process on their own. And hence, MPSC is now focused more on the, the grade 1 and grade A and the other officials posts that are more generic in nature. And hence, that has also streamlined the process as a whole, sir. I also am happy to inform you, sir, that two major points are being discussed very much in detail by the government. And one is to have common exams when it comes to the same scale and the same grade, sir. So this is something that we see as a way to ensure that individuals do not have to apply multiple times and give multiple exams. If there is a particular engineering qualification that is there on the same grade, there is no need to have a separate exam for the engineer of PWD and an engineer of some other department where the qualifications are the same for all these engineers. So person will only give a post examination for engineer. Otherwise, there would be a PH engineer's examination, there would be a PWD engineer's examination, there would be irrigation department, irrigation department's engineering thing. Now we are considering in a very, very serious level, sir, and I'm very sure that it will move forward, that we are going to have the recruitments of the same grade and the same scale and qualification, for the same post. But of course, we cannot do all of it in one go because it is complicated. But we will start the process wherever it is quite obvious and smooth, we'll be able to move forward. So the second very important issue that the government is very actively examining and considering is the interviews, especially in grade 3, grade 4. And this is something that the government is, as I said, actively examining this issue. We have discussed this multiple times in the cabinet. There are certain issues that we need to look at, certain reforms that we need to make. And we are in the process of examining this aspect also. Apart from that, there are many other small reforms that are there. I have taken the note and suggestions given by the honorable member, also on the reforms that he has suggested, and on the different applications and letters and recommendations and suggestions I've received from different stakeholders, from different NGOs and different individuals on how we could make the MPSC and the overall selection process better, sir. So to conclude, let me assure the House that we as a government are very, very committed to ensure that whatever recruitment process that takes place in the state should be free, fair, transparent, and done in a very speedy manner, sir. It is in the interest of the youth of our state, and we've always maintained as a state government that the youth is one of the top priorities of the state government, sir. So therefore, with that assurance, sir, I once again thank the honorable member for raising this very important issue and assure the House that we are looking into all the different aspects that are there to continuously reform the selection process. And as I said, but once again conclude by saying, sir, that this article that came out regarding the nepotism in MPSC, sir, is a very unfortunate and a very sad outcome, because this is completely baseless and completely incorrect based on the points that I've mentioned to you. But nonetheless, sir, it has given us an opportunity to relook into the process and ensure that we are able to strengthen the overall process of recruitment in the state, whether MPSC, whether district selection, or any other selection process. So with these few words, sir, and clarification, I would like to resume my seat. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Aden Miller Bosamoit, you may seek one clarification if needed.
Sir, thank you for the exhaustive reply of the Chief Minister. So, sir, why these problems keep rising and mistakes keep taking place? We have to accept the fact that there is no proper system. And as I've mentioned in my suggestion, that till today I know that there is no confidential section. I've come across one person who is a question setter. he told me that I wonder how the candidates know that I'm a question setter. So these type of things happen. So which is why we need a confidential section to deal with such cases, sir. So, sir, I think the government needs to seriously take up measures to ensure that these mistakes should not repeat in the future, sir. Thank you for the assurance of the Chief Minister.